All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm reading for today, I'm seeing a lot of energy around your work, your career, your sense of stability. For many of you, there's something that you're working very hard on, or you're very enthusiastic, very passionate about it, and you have this very clear goal in mind of what it is that you're working towards, what it is that you want to achieve, and you come through as kind of hell-bent on achieving that. You are going to kind of go after this at all costs, is what I'm hearing. Um, and I'm seeing that in the current energy, you could be feeling a bit upset about your progress, maybe feeling like you haven't achieved as much as you want, or it's going slower than you want. You could feel like you're putting all of your energy and your manifestation power into this, but you're still sort of upset with the pace of things. In the future, I see you possibly lacking some confidence because you haven't achieved, again, sort of the whole package. But there's a message here about understanding that you're only at the beginning of this journey and that you still have a long way to go. So try to be gentler with yourself. Now, I'm going to dive much deeper into these energies and go into the oracle cards in a second. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for receiving this reading. If you would like a personal reading, I do love offering personal readings. And if you'd like one, you can email me. My email is in the description box below. And if this reading resonates for you, please take a second to like and subscribe, as that'll help me connect deeper with your energy. For those of you who would like to learn tarot with me, I am offering a tarot workshop starting in February of 2025. So if you're listening to this reading in January of 2025 and you're interested in learning tarot with me, you can check out the flyer for that on my community page, or you can send me an email for more information. You might hear my cat Sasha meowing in the background. She wants to go out, she wants to come in, so I just let her stay inside for now, and now she's meowing again. But she'll be fine. Okay, so your overall energy for the reading today, Sagittarius, is the Page of Pentacles. So again, you're just starting out with whatever it is that you're working on. You're showing me that you're in the beginning phases there. Let's clarify that Page of Pentacles. Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. You may be trying to figure out how you can connect deeper with others through this endeavor. There's this feeling of whatever you're working on, that it really comes from the heart. It really lights up your heart space, and you want to sort of connect and share with other people from a place of your heart. I did a personal reading once with someone who was saying that they really feel like part of their purpose in life is to connect with others, to help other people heal. And that could be something that you really connect to. You could be feeling like, how can I connect more to others from that space of my heart, which is a really beautiful goal to have. For others of you, this is just something that you love doing. It could feel like a passion project. It could feel like you were put on this earth to do whatever this was. And that gives you a certain amount of confidence with the Emperor card here. This feeling of, I know what I'm meant to be doing. We have the Four of Wands, the Hermit, the King of Swords. You're showing me this very deep personal understanding and commitment to the path here. You're showing me, I know what stability would look like for me. I know what it is I'm working towards. And it's almost like you have this inner guidance that is very strong, that kind of keeps connecting you back to this path, even if at times you get pulled off or other things kind of come into the scene. You have like this sort of like single track mind in a good way that allows you to focus all your attention on whatever this is. It could feel like when it comes to accomplishing stability that something went wrong with that in the past. Maybe something connected to your home didn't work out, or you had a job that felt really good and then it ended kind of abruptly. There's some type of pain attached to that stability um, that could have kind of pushed you to focus more on what makes you light up, what you're passionate about. Um, and at the time, it could have felt like some type of curse or, some really bad luck or something really negative. But ultimately, I see it as sort of redirecting you towards something that you're much more passionate about. Many of you could be on this journey of realizing that it's actually what you're passionate about that you're meant to uh, follow, even if it doesn't necessarily make you as much of a profit or as much money, if you don't see sort of traditional success in the way that we might typically think about it. There's something here about being reconnected to your passion and letting that guide you forward. Yeah, I see that really being a driving force for you, feeling like this inner understanding of what you're supposed to be doing and feeling this drive from that. With the Ace of Cups coming out here, it's like there's this overflowing joy or feeling or emotion attached to what you're doing that kind of presses you onward from the inside with the Moon card here. It could be like you're finally going after something that has always been really meaningful to you. It could feel like you're finally bringing out like an inner passion that you have that you never got to express before, or maybe you did get to express it but you couldn't really fully pursue it. Now you're pursuing it full force. And for some of you, this might require like coming out about something that you're passionate about, or being really honest with the people around you about what you're passionate about. I'm hearing kind of that you're not holding back anymore when it comes to your passions. You're not pretending to be able to put up with like a bad work environment or bad environments in general. You're kind of saying, I need to do what aligns best with my heart, even if that doesn't always make sense to other people. Because it definitely makes sense to you. I see you really feeling empowered and kind of feeling like, I know what I need to do and I'm just going to do it. And it's really positive because it comes from a place of honesty with yourself around what feels good and why you're doing things. But then the downside of that is that when things don't go as well as maybe you're hoping, because so much of your heart is attached to whatever this is, it could feel really difficult emotionally. It could feel like you're kind of all on your own, or you're like waiting for some type of support, for some type of kind of payoff here. And it's something you might even keep to yourself. Like you might have this expectation that you haven't even talked about with anyone else, that you're going to have some like big success here. And so there's like a very high expectation within you and a lot of passion attached to this. But some of it, you might have started expressing some of it, and others of it, of that feeling, is just something that you kind of know within yourself. I see you manifesting quite a bit for yourself in terms of this, especially when your passion aligns with the energy around you and like working with the universe on this. Things start to align and things start to move forward for you. But there's something here about the speed at which things move forward and you feeling possibly really discontented or feeling like things aren't moving fast enough. And it's funny, like you're manifesting quite a lot for yourself, but you may not even realize how big of a manifestation this is. To you, it could seem like, well, why is it not all happening? And the universe is saying, no, it is happening, but you've kind of placed a tall order here, so it's going to take time for this to come to fruition. I see you kind of envisioning the 10 of Pentacles for yourself, and what you've actually enacted is just the 3 of Pentacles. So you're well on your way there. You're building things piece by piece, but you also have a long way to go, and that's okay. That's just kind of part of the process. And so you definitely have high hopes for whatever this is. Very powerful manifestation. Let's look at that 3 of Pentacles. You're showing me all of your energy going into something here and like feeling like you can't get past a certain level. But I'm seeing you're actually exactly where you're meant to be. Again, you're just in the beginning stages. So there's sort of a message here to hold on and to keep going. You know, your effort, it's not for nothing, it's going to pay off. It's sort of like you're just at the beginning here with whatever this is. Even if some of you have been working on this for several years, in the grand scheme of things, like the larger picture, you're just in the beginning. And I think that this is a good time to talk about your oracle cards. We have patience, breakthrough, and we are the world. So literally Spirit saying have patience here. In this patience card, we have this like present, I meant to say pregnant, but present as well. We have this pregnant woman who's underneath all the phases of the moon. And it's interesting because it's kind of showing that that gestation period when you're birthing something takes a long time. It takes many moons. Um, and there is something here about being present with the process and understanding that when you're birthing something, when you're manifesting something, not only is it going to take time, but within that time, it's not like nothing's happening. There's a seed that is growing within you. And so you could just be in that germination phase because you do have this breakthrough card next. And this breakthrough card, I don't know that I've ever pulled this when I've pulled oracle cards before, but it shows this person that's literally breaking through some type of barrier. And as they do that, there's this magnificent light that kind of emanates from their body. And so I really see this being the birthing process. You are about to give birth to this manifestation, right? You're about to have this breakthrough moment. Things are going to come together. And when that happens with We Are the World, I see you being so aligned with all of these energies around you that it's like you're part of this like interconnectedness with the world. You could be connecting with a lot of different people. You could be traveling and connecting with people, or you could just feel more connected to whatever is going on around you. Even if you live in the middle of the woods and you're surrounded by trees, it's like you become part of that network of trees or something like that, you know? But I'm not seeing it as that. I'm seeing this as being something that does connect you to other people, and it's going to feel really good. Like you're going to feel like you're in flow with sort of the rest of the world. Let's take a look at the near future. Something could have ended for you in the past, and it comes up as we look towards the future because there's something here about you needing to fully heal from whatever that was. And the future and the past kind of go hand in hand in the sense that you're in the present moment. And so in order to move forward from that present moment place, you have to be healing and acknowledging the past while also being open to the future. And so if it feels like it's taking a long time for you to get to that next level, for you to get to that next phase, it's not for no reason. It's because there's some lingering energy from the past that still needs to be healed. And a lot of times people will ask, well, how can I heal that? And it takes conscious effort, and it takes, you giving yourself the space to grieve, to be in pain, to acknowledge how you feel, and then to put it down. But it also can just take time. A lot of the times when we have these intense things that we've been through, it comes and goes in waves, and we need to pay attention to those waves and move with our own energy. We need to rest when we feel like we need to rest, and we need to move when it's time to move. And it takes time to just kind of move through that cycle, to move through that ending. And so Spirit's saying whatever you went through in the past year, make sure that you are giving that the space that it deserves to be healed, and that if something isn't coming yet, it's because you might not actually be fully ready for it. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that you have some healing that needs to happen first. Yeah, some type of death process here that was incredibly painful, and it could have had something unhealthy attached to it, something deceptive. But whatever that was, it like hurt you so bad that it left a bruise or it left a scar. And there's a part of you that could be avoiding that pain because it's so intense, because it's so heavy, because it's so difficult. And sooner or later, you're going to have to face that on a deeper level. And maybe many of you are thinking, I have faced it. Like, I have been healing. Like, it's been hard. And Spirit's saying, well, you might not be done yet. Like, there might be more that you have to look at, or there might be more that needs to be felt. And you're just going to have to be upset until you're not upset anymore. Like, you're just going to have to see that feeling through to the end. And then I do see you being quite successful, being much stronger for that. But it's interesting because with all of this, I think that you have quite a bit going on inside you. You know, you have a lot of pain from the past. You have a lot of hopes for the future. You could have like all of this energy that's just simmering under the surface trying to come out. And you're kind of moving through this process of confronting all of it. You know, feeling all your feelings. The good, the bad, the ugly, the scary, the intimidating, the hopeful, the joyful, just all of that kind of simmering and coming up. And if there's anything that you have been avoiding, so maybe those more painful feelings, that's going to come up as well. And so it's kind of two sides of the same coin. You're going to have the hope and the excitement of the future and of these things that you're looking forward to. And then on the flip side of the coin, you're also going to have the pain of the past. In the meantime, it's going to feel to you like I'm just sitting here, nothing's happening, and it might even feel like hard to wait, like you're waiting for success, you're waiting for some payoff. And it's important to know that you're not doing nothing with this time. You're not sitting idly by. You're moving through a healing process that's going to lead you to the future. You know, you can't have that future path without reconciling with the past. And so it's not that you're doing nothing, you're actually doing quite a bit. But to you, it might feel kind of boring. It might feel kind of, painful at times or annoying. But you're actually doing something really important, which is giving yourself the time to just feel how you feel. And so try to make a conscious effort to align with that healing process and not to rush yourself forward. For your advice from the universe, we get the Four of Cups, the Tower, the Eight of Pentacles. There could be a part of you that is avoiding how much this affected you by turning to your work. And there's something within you that needs like a lot of attention and a lot of care. And so just make sure you're not avoiding sort of all the debris from this. Like imagine that your house is destroyed somehow, and you, instead of, picking up the pieces and salvaging what you can and grieving over the house and taking the time to rebuild it, you're like, well, I'm just gonna move in over here. I'm just gonna get a new house. And you never really deal with what happened over there. Like you don't look at it again, you don't work on it. And Spirit's saying, a lot has happened that rightfully so has left you pretty upset. And just make sure you're giving that the level of care and the investment that it really needs. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you next time.